Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel again. Thank y'all so much for coming over. Now look, this brother got to be protected at all costs. All right. Y'all know the other day I reacted to I'll Be Sure on that show saying that, he might testify against Diddy. If you guys don't know again who I'll Be Sure is, he's the biological father of Quincy. He used to be with Kim Porter. He believes Diddy had something to do with Kim Porter passing away. And he also believes that Diddy had something to do with him being in a coma. Those are his words, not mine. Okay? But I just had to go to this video that's from 7 months ago. And I'm just trying to see what he said then, if it's what he's saying now, what more was revealed in this video, because I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss nothing. He could honestly be the person that could break this case wide open, especially with things that Kim Porter might have confided in him. So we ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Y'all, I'll Be Sure just entered into the conversation surrounding Kim Porter, and he had a lot to say about her death and Diddy's alleged involvement in it. Kim has been a major topic on social media in the past couple of weeks, and it only got worse when a book claiming to be Kim Porter's memoir dropped on Amazon and went viral. The book has some wild claims about I'll Be Sure allegedly having a three-way intercourse with Diddy and Kim Porter, and y'all, it had a lot of wild stories in it. Well, I'll Be Sure came out to set the record straight about what happened, and he also released some interesting never-before-heard details about Kim's passing as well as his coma. So did Diddy really try to take Al out? And did Kim Porter confide in Al about Diddy before she passed away? Okay, so everybody knows that I'll Be Sure does not like Diddy. Apart from the whole stuff about how Diddy stole Kim Porter from him and then mistreated Kim, Diddy has also been accused of brainwashing I'll Be Sure's son, Quincy, and turning him against Al, his biological father. Diddy adopted Quincy when he got with Kim Porter, and he even changed Quincy's last name to his, making him Quincy Combs instead of Quincy Brown. Over the years, Quincy has been open about how he doesn't have a good relationship with I'll Be Sure, but it's hard to say if that's because I'll Be Sure was a deadbeat father or if Diddy's manipulation of Quincy just went that deep. He wrote an open letter to Al where he said, "Albert Brown, also known as I'll Be Sure, is my biological father, but Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, has been a father figure in my life for as long as I can remember. Sean Combs is the person whom I look up to and appreciate as a father. He is the one who helped mold me into the person I am today and will always try to live up to his expectations. He has always been supportive of me and I will forever love and respect him. As far as my biological father goes, the spitting image is all I have taken from him." So it goes without saying that I'll Be Sure is...
Wow, so I'm wondering how much of that does he still feel the same way today with everything that has came out about Diddy, and knowing that he feels like Diddy had something to do with Kim Porter and with him being in the coma. I wonder how Quincy feels today. Or is he so brainwashed and manipulated to the point where Diddy can do no wrong? I'm just wondering. Again, all this stuff is alleged, but at the end of the day, man, when you got so many people talking, I'm just wondering what Quincy feels today.
Not exactly Diddy's biggest fan. He was also one of the first people to hint that there was more to Kim's passing than the official verdict of pneumonia. Taking to Instagram, he wrote, "I just found this footage from the morning. I learned of Kim Porter's murder and how it ripped the soul from my physical body. I do know very clearly that Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some BS. We just celebrated our son's new deal and Christmas special with Netflix, and she was in fantastic health, as well as laughing seeing me and Diddy's mutual exchange at the theater. I'm going to leave it here. Don't let the love songs fool you." Al also hinted that Kim was unalive, posting a throwback picture of them and writing, "She sent me this saying, life imitating art, art imitates life, Now it all makes sense. She told me other stuff too. She was running. I said, call the FBI. Jaguar Wright has also spoken about this. In an interview, she pointed out how weird it was that people around Diddy were dying and dropping like flies.
And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead.
Yep.
Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died.
Yeah, man.
Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Jaguar also pointed out how the people around Diddy who passed away did so under the shadiest and most suspicious circumstances.
Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died.
Kim
Porter was working on a book before she died. And Al B. Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma.
In a shocking twist of events, he revealed in a 2020 interview that he and Kim Porter were secretly married and that she was more than just his baby mama. He said, every time I post something, I forget it's me. I'm a grandfather, so my concern is not being popular and trying to get numbers and likes. That's not what I do. But I posted something the other day talking about my ex-wife. Yeah, I said it, my ex-wife, Kimberly. But nobody knew because we didn't discuss being married. We didn't discuss that. Every so often, I give her a tribute. This explains why I'll Be Sure feels so strongly about Kim and how he has been vocal in trying to get her justice, even at a risk at his own life. Shortly after he spoke up about how Kim confided in him, he went into a coma for 3 months, but he got lucky and made it out alive. Anywho, he has been throwing shade at Diddy since he got exposed, and after the raid by Homeland Security, he said, letter to my son, come home. The door is wide open. You're safe here, son. I love you, Pop.
Man, it's so crazy how much they look like, literally looks like identical. You know, Quincy looks just like I don't feel like he looks like Kim at all. Like, he looks just like I'll Be Sure. Just like. You know what I mean? That really trips me out, man. Like, just like him when he was younger.
You're biological. Well, a book claiming to be Kim Porter's biography was released a couple of days ago, and y'all, it was a lot. It made some claims about Diddy shenanigans, and there were supposed entries about Tupac, Diddy's alleged affair with Mary J. Blige, and so much more. But one that really caught our attention was the claim that Diddy allegedly had a threesome with Kim Porter and I'll Be Sure. This was the point where people started to doubt the authenticity of the book because it just didn't sound like the kind of thing that Kim Porter would write about herself. The book said, one day I came home to a situation that went from awkward to a nightmare. Quincy was with the babysitter and Sean was sitting with I'll Be Sure at the dinner table. I had a child with Al and Sean was the father in Quincy's life. The awkwardness of all of us being together had dissolved a long time ago, but it was still weird that they were here in my home together alone. I sat down and we had drinks. It was fun. The conversation was cool until it wasn't. Al was a little loose after a couple of drinks. The book continued. The conversation took an odd and awkward turn when Sean said, we all been together sexually, but not together. I was shocked for a moment. As quietness lingered in the room, I asked, what do you mean by all together? Al shifted uncomfortably, but Sean didn't hesitate. You know how we sometimes invite other people into our bed. I couldn't believe it. Oh, heck no, Sean. This is my son's father. Al, say something. What Al said was mind-boggling. I don't know. The book claimed that I'll Be Sure and Diddy then got intimate, and this had everyone shook. However, I'll Be Sure immediately took to social media to shut the rumor down, claiming that it never happened. He also called on the feds and all relevant authorities to reopen the investigation into Kim's death. While he denied that the book was written by Kim, he admitted that Kim was indeed working on a memoir at the time that she died. He also added that the manuscript she was working on for her memoir, as well as her laptop, was stolen from her house the day she died. He wrote, I am writing this post to formally request an investigation into an entire group of individuals who worked at or around the residence of Miss Kimberly Porter, including the publicist who assisted drafting this. It has come to my attention that these persons were also instructed to steal her computer and mobile devices, which contained her original book notes. Original notes are distinct from the fabricated BS and offensive pages circulated via Amazon, which depict graphic sexual acts involving me that never took place and were edited and added after Miss Porter's tragic murder. He also hinted strongly that Diddy had something to do with Kim's murder, the disappearance of her manuscript, as well as the passing of other celebrities. He said, Miss Porter's missing devices, allegedly already in evidence, unquestionably contained the critical evidence that had been concealed. I'm convinced that evidence corroborates closely with details outlined in the recently released public indictment document. Additionally, it is pertinent to note that the individuals involved in this matter may also be connected to also concealing the alleged murders of several prominent artists, a situation that has left many bewildered. Yet those who are immersed in the culture and familiar with the intricacies of the entertainment industry may have a clearer understanding of the obvious. He then claimed that Diddy had been behind his coma and that he has the receipts to prove it. He wrote, "There's so much to unpack. Unfortunately, I'm the only survivor by the blessings of a medical team that initially gave up because of multiple system organ failure. Septic, intubated, on a ventilator for 38 days, and forced to visit death's doorstep. But the God I serve and worship had another plan. Keep in mind that this is just the G-rated version of what I endured over a decade, plus to silence the OG. I also kept forensic records of every individual who was sent my way to set me up, track me, gaslight me, and allegedly cause harm to my system." He finally came all out to reveal that Kim was taken out because she had receipts on Diddy that would have done more damage than Cassie's lawsuit, which is wild to even think about. He said, "Unfortunately, Kimberly was taken away from us too soon, and before she could complete her true thoughts before this fake unauthorized edit released on Amazon, which the disappearance of her computer and vital evidence raises significantly more questions. It is evident that her potential to expose the realities of her personal abuses, being the significant and human she was privy to, akin to the brave actions of Mrs. Cassie Ventura, pose a threat to those profiting from such heinous activities. In a nutshell, Kimberly was allegedly taken from us because she was set on course to accomplish what Mrs. Cassie Ventura did by igniting the bonfire, which brings us here today with the avalanche that has brought Satan to their chambers. Child, it looks like I'll Be Sure is done playing nice with Diddy and is ready to take it all the way there with him. It seems like he has receipts, and something tells me that we'll be hearing more from him in the coming weeks." Fans commented, "When I found out Al..."
Okay, look. My question is this. I'm just wondering how much Kim knew and how much did she tell to Al Be Sure? Did she give him anything? Did they, because, you know, Diddy, allegedly, Diddy will track you, follow your every move. So I'm just wondering how hard it was for her to get to Al Be Sure to get him information. Because, again, this video is from 7 months ago. And what Al Be Sure just said on that couch, it was like a, y'all just wait and see. Like, I got some stuff for y'all to see. That what I'm going to talk about in court. So that's why I started the video off by saying protect this brother. Because look, he can be the person, you know, to open this all the way up. You know, of course, they're going to probably say, oh, he was just jealous because they're going to probably say, like, Kim wanted to be with Diddy, this and this and that and that. But if this brother is saying he got some proof, I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen. All right? Again, appreciate you guys coming over. Please comment below on what you guys think. And do you feel like he's the person in this case that can... Yeah, I think so, which is scary. All right, peace out.